just want to make sure my stream's working. I got a drink just because. I'm gonna make a note, but hopefully this will make it in. Waiting for my channel to catch up with me. Alright, perfect. So, this is going to be a little bit different. And hopefully it doesn't bug out like yesterday. So let me discuss what happened yesterday. So if you watched the YouTube video yesterday, you'll notice it cut out like near the end there. I promise, from that point, the only thing I did was kill a griffin, which I don't know if it's going to be in my quest log, but it was Grandma's mission, and I did it, and I turned it in, but that was the only thing. Like, you didn't miss much. It's the same enemy type as the other one, so we should be good. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, welcome. So we are back with Shining Resonance for Refrain. And this is going to be awkward if you're watching this on YouTube. Again, you're just following with the series and the parts, maybe, and that's okay. But I wanted to talk about creating content today. And again, I just got off watching a video by one Matthew Patrick of Game Theory, and he was discussing the negative connotation behind YouTube gamers and Twitch streamers that are associated with games, and how PR or PR companies don't appreciate the vast majority of the content creators that are in gaming, that are on YouTube, that are doing positive work and don't make huge stories about those creators. And again, I'm not going to say I'm a part of any major team or anything else like that, but I've been involved in various charity live streams and that sort of stuff, and all that sort of stuff. And I've been a part of Zeldathon, I've been a part of GDQ, I've been a part of, you know, every meme train you can think of, from Ocean Man to Spin the Duck to, you know, just a whole bunch of other stupid things. Markiplier, of course, like I've been involved in some of his work. Rooster Teeth, of course, when they were doing the challenges for charity, like when, this is going to go back a couple years, but this is when Matt, who is a part of that group, not Matthew Patrick, but Matt from Rooster Teeth, from Achievement Hunter, had to kiss and make out with Jeremy Dooley. And that was like a donation incentive for the children. And, you know, it was just one of those fun little things. But, again, I was there. I saw it live. I was in the chat rooms. I was discussing it. All that stuff. And again, we're going to go hunting monsters. So while I'm talking, if I break off from the gameplay back into this discussion, it's fine. But the point is, there are so many content creators, not including myself, but, you know, just out there in the world. And there are a lot of small-time streamers, especially some that are like personal friends of mine, or that I mod for, or that I've been involved with. I've literally started a donation war in Zeldathon for a name tile in a game. And that was one of the highest. And again, Zeldathon probably wouldn't even recognize it as me doing that, but still. I was the one that influenced it because I started the Jiggy Hates Shrug emoji. Also, if you don't know who Jiggy11 is, it's fine. He's also a streamer. He does have a subscriber button. He is an affiliate. And he streams a lot of Pokemon and other things, and he's a really good streamer, so you should check him out as well. So if you're following on Twitch, you can follow Jiggy11, or maybe Shadow Temple, or a Wild Abra, who has his own charity live stream that he does every year now, which is called Pokeathon, where he plays all the Pokemon games.
All right.
He's not doing that currently, and Zeldathon's not going on, and GDQ is not going on, but still, I've been a part and a member of all of these various streamers and communities' lives. I've played games with these people. I've literally been in streams playing games with these streamers while talking in chat or on Discord or whatever else it may be. Like, it's not like I'm just some random guy. No, I've actually been involved with these communities. I don't even know why I was going this way, but it's fine. This is where I was going before, so we're just gonna stick with this direction. But so, what I wanted to get to the point here is, he made an interesting point about advertising and advertising for streamers or gamers or YouTubers or anything like that. And again, it is a very, very huge loss for these, companies or anything else because of current negative connotations. Now, depending on when you're watching this, it may be years from now, it's fine. But, there was the child trafficking thing, or, the commenters in YouTube videos that were being sexual predators to young children, etc., etc. And then they're presented in the media as being the norm rather than the exception, because all that does is it scares the larger community of the world into A, not using those platforms, which is a bad idea, and B, it disincentivizes, advertisers from working on those channels. And for trolls, that's practically what they want. And again, you know what? It's fine. But the other interesting point he brought up is that, those are the reasons that they don't put advertising on certain channels or whatever. Yes. And as cute as an idea as that is, and I say cute because it's not really strong. Cute. But as cute as that idea is that pulling your advertising is going to, one, disincentivize anybody from making those comments. No, in fact, you're just feeding them by not being responsible enough to pick and choose. And again, you can blame YouTube to an extent, but they're doing the best they can while still trying to be an open platform. And at some point, I am worried that YouTube is just going to give up and say fuck it and no more advertising ever. Do I see that coming anytime soon? No. It'll be basically when they're about to die or when they've hit their peak. Do I think they've hit that yet? The answer is no. And again, I'm speaking about YouTube while I'm streaming on Twitch. Don't mind that too much, because this also goes with Twitch as well, because Twitch has basically streams, which are, again, Twitch is mostly a gaming community. With, some extra streamers strewn here or there, but they do have advertisers. Now, what's the solution to that problem? And again, I think that's one thing that Matt Pat missed out on just a little bit, because he points out the problems. He does point out the problems, but he doesn't really point out the solutions. And I'm going to make guesstimates. And, I don't have any real raw data in front of me, and I don't have a research team or anything like that. I would love to at some point, but again, I'm not a Philip DeFranco. I'm not starting my own news company. I'm not a Matthew Patrick where I study scientific logs or journals and, you know, put numbers together. But I'm just going to go where my gut feeling from being a member of these communities and, you know, just being a part of most of these major events that take place. Again, I'm going to do this while I'm fighting, so that's going to be interesting. But, so as far as solutions are concerned, I believe it depends on who you're advertising for, right? So, let's say it's a huge major brand, like a Coke or a Pepsi or whatever, you know, something like that. Like, by all means, like, you can just pick whichever individual channels you want to be on. Like, you don't have to be involved in small YouTube communities or anything else like that. But, obviously, the bigger you are, the more difficult it is to avoid the fallacy I'm going to point out, which is the second you start pulling your advertisements, that's the second you start losing sales. Right. And it doesn't matter what the video is. And again, I'm going to be the devil's advocate here. Not for any illegal or horrible things, but let's say it's a video you don't agree with. Let's say it's a video about Coke is better than Pepsi. Does that mean Pepsi's going to pull their ad from that video every time somebody brings that up? Probably not. They're still going to want to make the revenue off that commercial, but it would be hilarious, and I think it would be great. And again, I'm referencing huge name brands, so it's fine. I'm not under any advertiser's influence. I'm not even monetized. So if you're watching this on YouTube, chances are, unless this is far into the future and somehow I've gotten 1,000 followers at some point, this is not monetized at all. And even so, I probably wouldn't monetize any old videos, but I don't know, maybe I changed my mind later. But let's see. I've been streaming and creating content for years, right? I've been doing this for at least 5 years. At least, like, regularly. Before then, I was also creating content, but not on a regular basis, not doing it for any particular reason. Just, you know, I'm still doing it the same as I've always been, just doing it for fun. Because right now, I don't make any money from this. It would be nice if I could, but I don't. And even if I did, most of the money I would earn from being a streamer or a YouTuber, until it became a large enough community and viable for me to be a creator full-time, just right now, I'm not getting that revenue. So I still have to work a full-time job, etc., etc. But anyway, getting back on point. So, fine. You do or you don't pull your ads. You can pick and choose. You can say, all right, well, we want to be safe with these larger networks. And the other point that he brought up is don't fucking lie about the reason why you're pulling ads. And again, when you use broad terms like, oh, well, look at the community or blah, 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 you can't do that and dismiss people like, for example, or even other larger YouTubers. And I think a good example of this is Jimmy Kimmel. So, I don't know if anybody remembers this, and they probably don't. It's an old story now. But when Jimmy made the statement of, oh, well, who would watch anybody playing video games? Well, that's just stupid, you know. Markiplier went on his show, I think, like, the week or two afterwards, after Jimmy was like, oh shit, that pissed off a lot of people, as good press, just to sort of state, you know, the facts of this stuff. But the truth is, the community's huge. The community is massive. That is a lot of sales for any advertiser. And I don't care who you are, that's a lot of money. So again, it's fine. It's fine if you want to pull ads from, like, certain channels or anything like that. I get that. But you have to understand that the way that main media news, and again, I'm going to say mainstream media news works, is they want something that's going to draw in the most views. So they're going to always, and every fucking news channel does this, don't care what channel you turn to, it's always the bad news. Like, there is never a time where you're going to flip on a news station of any kind, local or otherwise, and you're going to hear the words, oh, everything was lovely today. There was nothing bad that happened at any point today. It's always going to be, oh, someone was murdered, someone was shot, somebody stole something, somebody ate my kitten, somebody, you know. It's going to be some stupid shit like that every goddamn day. And does that make those stories any less important? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Those are probably more important stories. I'm going to give you that. But that's the thing. Like, if you're an advertiser and you don't want bad publicity, but yet at the same time you're advertising on stations like, let's just use Fox, CBS as the standard here, that literally just tell bad news through local media or anything like that.
This could be trouble.
I'm literally fighting Satan now. Anyway, or at least a creature called Satan. Then you're gonna have to come up with a better excuse, because otherwise it just shows how little you actually understand the internet and the communities that exist here. Because I'm going to tell you, you're going into an age where the younger generation just know right off the bat how this community works. And they're going to throttle your ass. Doesn't matter who you are, what you're advertising for, anything like that. They are going to demolish you. And this is one of those stupid little articles that I love to look at, like in Forbes, and it's like, is generation blah 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 ruining like dining areas or housing or blah 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 blah? And again, it's my favorite thing to listen to old people think about the younger generation. It's my favorite fucking thing. It is so hilarious that they don't understand the goddamn thing. And the reason they don't understand is because they had, you know, certain things that we just don't anymore. For example, the cost of living. Let's just go back like 20 years. We'll go back 20 years or 30 years. The cost of living, and I'm not going to use exact numbers, so if anybody's going to quote me on this, it's fine.
Right.
I'm not using exact numbers, but let's just say if I wanted to buy a car, a used car, I could easily do that with about $1,000. If I wanted to buy a used car now, if I don't have at least $5,000, I'm going to be stuck with a goddamn, you know, bicycle, and that's it. So, and that's just for a car. Now imagine housing costs or anything else like that, even after the crash. Even after the housing market crash in, you know, like 2001-ish area, early aughts. And again, I may have the wrong year. Maybe it was 2010. Maybe it's even sooner than I thought it was. I don't remember exactly. But remember when that happened? The reason that happened isn't because, you know, people weren't able to, you know, well, it was because people weren't able to pay for their houses, but it wasn't because we weren't trying to pay for our houses, but the cost of housing for a decent home
We've been spotted.
fucking skyrocketed compared to the wages we are earning. It's the same argument people have, like, you know, the older generation being like, oh, well, I could work my way through college and pay for all my courses and my books and all that sort of stuff. Well, no shit, when your course only costs like $1,000 per semester, it's fine. Not when it costs $10,000 per semester, and you have to get a student loan, or else you can't fucking get into the course.
Like that?
It's like, I love that shit. I love it. It's great. So traditional college shit, that's another reason, but it's not affordable anymore. It is not a good reason. And the reason that's happening is because when they get that money, it's not going into the education system. It's not going into making housing more affordable for students. You can actually take a look at it. So some would argue it goes into like technology for computers. That's not even it. It goes into like stadiums. It goes into merchandising for colleges. It goes into creating shirts and sweaters and all that sort of stuff that they just sell back to the fucking people who either attend or have children who are in that fucking school or want to be in that fucking school. It literally doesn't go to the students at all. And I'm sure there's some professors who can back me up on this shit. It's like, how many fucking football stadium seats do you need? Then again, people love college sports. I'm not gonna lie, it can bring in revenue, but when that revenue stagnates and goes back into a fucking funnel where you're just gonna spend more money on stupid bullshit rather than, you know, education, then that's just gonna fucking flounder, and it's ridiculous. Anyway, so I was getting off topic, but that's what I'm saying. It's like the older generation just doesn't fucking get it because they didn't have to worry about this shit back then. Because, you know, they had their little rinky in college at the time. They weren't a big deal at the time. It was just like, all right, this is college. Education, education, education. And then I'm looking at, you know, like our current president who just gives like fucking shit about anything that's actually business related. Even though everybody's like, oh, he's such a smart businessman. He's not.
I will go with you. I got him.
But, he doesn't give a shit about education. He doesn't give a shit about his kids. In fact, I could say a lot of institutions don't give a shit about your kids. And again, I'm not going to mention where I work or anything of that nature, or call out any names, but I'm going to say right now, I've worked at places where I've literally seen an institution tax somebody simply because they wanted the money.
Is there no other way?
I've seen an institution that I've worked at in the past where the main actors, and I'm going to call them basically company owners, not educators, they spend their time, rather than taking, like, you know, if you wanted to fly somewhere and you're a business owner or something like that, and again, I'm saying business, it really wasn't a business, so it didn't make a lot of sense. But I've seen, and again, you see it from like certain preachers and priests that do like huge online megachurches or huge megachurches on TV or anything like that on a given Sunday on public channels. They have a private jet. They have a private car. They have a condo. They own baseball teams. They own, you know, God knows what else. And they have, you know, money that they invest into these huge, like, wastes of money that only personally benefit them. And again, you'd normally expect that sort of thing from, I don't know, maybe a celebrity or something like that. But no, these are just like standard business owners and everything else like that. These are just people that have revenue and they just don't know what the fuck to do with it. So rather than reinvesting it in their company or their school or whatever it might be, they throw it to themselves. And again, I'm not going to fault them for that. I'm not going to say that that is necessarily wrong. What I'm going to say is, when that happens, we end up in a funnel situation where money that should be reallocated to, I don't know, people who work for you, or, you know, or students, or, you know, the common good, gets reallocated into these personal large investments that ultimately they are either not going to use, going to forget, or just basically waste. Then it doesn't make a lot of fucking sense when all these prices go up and nobody's able to afford anything except for these people. So that's the thing. With the younger generation, we are coming into an uphill battle. Whereas before, in the older days, it was more spread out. And I'm going to argue that a little bit. But what I'm going to say is, when you worked for a company, there was a time when integrity and professionalism and everything else was a huge case. You know, it was a big deal. And being courteous, giving raises, that sort of thing, acknowledging hard work and rewarding hard work was a thing to do. You know, like every 6 months or so,
right.
Raise, bam. You know, as long as you were doing your job to the letter and you did a little bit above and beyond, you might get a bonus. Could you honestly say, and again, I'm gonna blame a lot of things, but it's not necessarily the business's fault per se, but a little bit it is. So, can you, anybody honestly say, within the last year, that doesn't work for like a personal, professionalized team of like 20 people or less? I'm talking like a megacorp or like, you know, something like that where there's thousands of employees.
Yes.
Did you get any raise that wasn't just a fixed like 2% off of maybe, I don't know, let's say you started at $10 an hour, and that's being generous. Let's say you started at $10 an hour and you get a 2% raise after your manager goes ahead and puts together a report to send up, not through just HR, but to the head of the company, and then they're like, okay, that's fine, we'll give them the 2%. So let's say it's $10, right? And you get 2% of $10. That means for the next year, you get not $10, but $10.20. Now let's go up a tier to like middle management. They get $15, right? So, all right. Now they get their 2%, right? So $15, 2%. Let's do some rough math. I'm trying to do it in my head, but it's going to take me a minute. I did say 20%, right? Or, no, I said 2%. 2%, 150... See, this is my problem. I'm getting myself confused. Ah, shit. So 1/50th. 30. 30 cents? 30 cents. I think it's 30. That sounds right. Let's see if it was 22%. 40 cents. Okay, yes, it's got to be 30 cents. All right. So let's say it's 30 cents, right? So now you make $15.30 for middle management. And again, I'm being generous. So all right. We're in these brackets, so now we've got an employee making $10.20 an hour, and a middle manager making $15.30 an hour, and then we'll talk about the upper echelon. And I'm talking like your CFO, your CEO, you know, people like that.
Dragon, give me power.
So, when you look at raises or anything like this, let's say they made, and I'm going to be less generous here. Let's be conservative here, and let's say they make $100,000 a year. And again, if you're making that $15 an hour thing, you're making about $30,000. Let's say upper management is making $100,000 a year. Has anybody else seen, like, when that bonus or those raises come into play, your upper echelons are making an extra, I don't know, 60 grand, you know, just added on top of their pay? Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't look like 2%. And again, I love that percentage bullshit because it's supposed to be a compounding thing, and it's like, oh yeah, the longer you work here, the more you're going to make, right? The problem with that, and I'm going to bring it up. The problem with that, oh shit, I forgot to change their weapons, didn't I? Let me double check. Is it's really not fair to, you know, your employees. I'm just going to say it. It's not fair. And again, I know life's not fair, blah, 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 you know, bullshit like that.
Right.
And maybe they're that important to the company. That's fine.
Yes.
But don't flat rate everybody else and put them on a piece of paper with, you know, these sort of,
Yeah.
what do I want to say? These sorts of very limiting and very just black and white algorithms
Spotted.
where, you know, did they perform well? 1 out of 10. Did they do their job? Could they have improved? You know, and then say, unless they make a 90 or more on this sheet, which what I'm going to go with is, if you make a 50, you're doing your job, nothing more, nothing less. When they ask for an 80 or above, and they want you to be an exceptional employee, and they want you to do that every year to guarantee your 2%, or else you only get 1%, that's bullshit. Especially when you're looking at the upper echelon and you see, oh, well, they made another 50 grand this year. For what? I don't know. And it doesn't trickle down. And again, I love that argument of trickle down economics, which is complete bullshit. It has never, ever, in practice, ever worked. I don't care what study you pull up, unless that shit's peer reviewed and I can verify it, you're full of shit. Now, does that mean I want socialism? I mean, at this point, I guess I wouldn't mind. I'm not gonna lie.
Be careful.
At least there I know
Welcome
what the
back.
deal is. At least there's
you.
some rules. Does that mean I want, you know, a dictator as a ruler? No.
Have a nice
and obviously
day.
we'd have to keep that motherfucker in check. But what I am saying is... Oh, shit. I didn't even go to the mountains. What I am saying is... If we're going to start being real dickheads about percentages, averages, work effort, and all that sort of stuff, and, you know, we're going to not pay attention
Did
to
you need something?
what I'm going to describe as the lower tier employee. And again, I'm not saying that your job is lower tier. I'm not saying you're not working your ass off. I'm just saying that's the run of it because, you know, there are employees that have to, like, clean bathrooms and that sort of thing. But when you start ignoring those people and you don't give them a fair shake or a way to live or to survive, even after a 40-hour work week, that's some bullshit. And I'm kind of yelling at this point. But again, this has to come back to content creation. But it's the same deal. So we have these influencers that, and again, they don't like that term, like the larger community, all that sort of stuff. It's fine. But when like large influencers, I'm talking like the Markipliers, the PewDiePies, the Logan Pauls even. When they do good or bad things, if you only focus on the bad, and you don't focus on the community at large or the actual statistics of things, it doesn't benefit you. It only hurts you. And the people who actually start to I need to go fucking fix my weapons. That's the whole reason I came back. I'm getting lost in my own tangents of thoughts, so you can understand where I'm coming from here. But when you're dealing with those members and you aren't treating them fairly, what does that mean for an individual like myself, or, you know, the communities that don't have such a massive following, where you're either treated like an anomaly in common society, or you're treated like garbage, like just straight up treated like garbage. And again, I've seen it happen. Increase the effectiveness of dragon aspects. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but that's fine. Okay, nope. Four, three, three. Oh, really? I might just stick with the one I got. Like, why would I do anything else? Jesus, why is everything beeping at me? But so, again, I'm a small-time creator. I don't even make money doing this. I don't make money by streaming or putting content out there or posting on YouTube or anything else like that. Does that mean I'm a bad streamer or a bad YouTuber or a bad gamer? Maybe. But also, I feel like I'm better than most. Like, there are people that don't even try. And I do this for fun. I do this for myself more than anything. This is for the individuals out there that either through disability or not, or interest or not, or just curiosity, come across this archive of videos or this archive of streams, and they take a look at it and they're like, you know what? I like this guy. I like what he's talking about. We have a good time together.
Hello.
And it's all wonderful. It's all good stuff. Okay. So, yeah, I changed... changed his, so I can add something else here. Not beckoning. Symphonic Heart, why not? But so here's the rub, right? So again, we're going back to solutions. So, advertisers. Here's my thing. And again, you don't want the bad press. I get it. You don't want bad press like being associated with, you know, terrorist group videos or anything else like that. And that's fine. But what that means is you need to be more selective with where you put your videos. That's it. And again, if you want to blame YouTube, that's fine. But at the same time, it's your own damn fault. And again, I agree with MatPat on this. It is your own goddamn fault for having the advertisers open because you're trying to reach a wider audience. But to come out and we're just going to use examples, to come out and say, oh, well, because of blank, blank, blank event, or gamers in general, or YouTubers in general, because of this news article, and say, oh, well, it's their fault. That is the most bullshit and the most stupid answer you could possibly give. And whoever is doing your PR is fucking terrible.
The clouds look eerie.
And if they want me to do it, I will fucking do it. I will literally work for you and take care of this problem myself.
Saves us the trouble.
Look, they found us.
Hey, not all at once now.
I will earn you those bucks.
Hey, not all at once now.
So we're sticking with Excellas, just because the most important thing in this game is aspect slots, because you can do a lot more with aspect slots, especially with percentage gains for like health and magic and attack power and all that sort of stuff. So that's why. But
This could be trouble.
honestly, if you wanted to be smart about it, and again, I'm talking to any advertiser that may be listening, and again, I'm not expecting anybody
Yes.
to even find this video, because it's like part 17 of my playthrough of Refrain mode, which is the second half of the first playthrough that I've already done of this game, because Refrain mode is a second mode of this game. But what I'm going to say is, if you wanted to be smart about it, the best way to advertise on the internet
Saves us the
is
trouble.
to have a positive impact on smaller creators
Yes.
or smaller individuals or smaller groups
All right.
or donating to charity. You know what some of the biggest, hypest moments on the internet are during any charity live stream? It's basically when we get companies or larger groups or anything else like that who donate to those causes and say, hey, listen, for this moment we're going to do donation matches for blank, blank, blank. And again, any company could do this. I don't care who you are. Shit. Yeah, I guess so. But we've had huge internet celebrities that maybe you haven't heard of, but like Notch, who created Minecraft. The creator of Minecraft, who is like fucking raking in the money. He could literally do nothing for the rest of his life and he would still be a millionaire. He donates to charity all the fucking time. And people still love Minecraft. People still play his game. Even though he's not even actively involved in it anymore. But because of his positive impact on the internet community, it also adds to the narrative that, hey, you know what? Game creators are actually good guys. Gamers are good people. And again, I'm one of the more angry ones. I'm one of the more vocal ones about criticisms and anything like that. And again, I'm not a person who majored in philosophy or anything else like that, so I'm not saying that, but I do like philosophy, so at the same time, it's like one of those things where I sort of enjoy talking about these things and thinking about them in the broader spectrum. But if you start getting involved, start to understand the internet community as it stands, and you start to get the memes. And again, I'm going to give you a great example, even though, you know, it's a bad one. And I say bad, but only bad in the sense that, you know, he's kind of a dick, or the PR behind it is kind of a dick. Wendy's Twitter. Just look at Wendy's fucking Twitter. You want to see some fucking sales revenue spike from, like, internet culture? Fucking Wendy's, dude. Like, nobody is ever going to say anything bad about Wendy's ever again online just because of that Twitter alone. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you've never heard of it, if you love Wendy's, fucking look at the memes of that Twitter. Look at the memes of smug Wendy's. It's just like, oh my god, it's so great. Like, there was literally an entire, like, year of free PR just from that alone. And you know what they did? They fucking kept it up. Wendy's kept up the whole fucking thing for fucking ever. Like, the PR behind it was brilliant. Even though she was literally being a dick. Like, Wendy's was literally just being an online troll. That was the whole joke. But it was fucking funny. Preparing to launch full-scale assault. Mass perforation predicted. Variant 2, please don't run the height. Oh shit, we just ended up in the battle.
I've got your back.
But that is the greatest example of, like, meme culture working in your favor for sales. Like, if you don't understand the internet, understanding that alone will probably put you in the top tier of PR already as an online community. So, damn, this thing is not that strong. I've already beaten the shit out of it. What's that AoE?
Thank you.
Why are you always so late on the heal?
That was close.
There we go. Dense fur. This would have been really formed. It wasn't torn up. Can we use this? Sure we can. Gonna be big morale boost. It'll be heartwarming for our soul and body. What you need to beat the cold is burning hot spirit. Isn't that the whole point of us coming here? You're acting like this is planned all along. Comes to it, we should learn to warm ourselves with Agnum's fire magic. Arguing about this is a waste of time, I suppose. World dragons are all we need to focus on. Mount Glancia. Alright. But anyway. Back on topic. I'm not going to sub out Yuma. Only because subbing... Well, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, we will. It makes more sense to have Sonya do it. But anyway, good PR, good sales for that year.
It's nice out.
And I dare you to go out there and find any negative press about Wendy's food or Wendy's in general or Wendy's anything. And again, I'm not sponsored by Wendy's. I'm not sponsored by the Wendy's Twitter. Don't, come at me for that. If I was, I'd be promoting it a hell of a lot more, let me tell you. But,
Target confirmed.
that idea alone,
Oop, they found us.
just of utilizing that culture
This one's
to bring in revenue
Saves us the trouble.
from what is clearly a large sample size on any platform. Any fucking platform. And there are a ton of them.
Got it.
You're going to make bank. Like, whatever investment you put in there, you're going to make money. Snow Mountain, the Buoyant Octos. Which is fine, I can do the Buoyant Octos. The fucking Emperor Cactuses, though, holy shit. And the Vitalizing Fluid, so I still need to hunt fucking Octos here. Cracked Skulls, didn't find a damn one of them. Large Frog, okay, also on the beach here. Star Sand, fuck it. It has to be during a sandstorm. Fuck that mana potion. Fuck that ether. That's a good one though. The high ethers, that's really good. Alright, let's just fucking hunt everything. Except for the fish. So that's basically what I wanted to say about that. So, I guess the other part I wanted to focus on is being a content creator myself. And what I do to, create videos, And this is just personal investment. So this is no longer to talk about MatCat or money or anything like that. This is just me doing what I do and why I do it. And I think I've discussed this already, but people who either have a vested interest in games that aren't necessarily AAA games. And again, I do play AAA games from time to time, like, for sure. Like, they are on my channel, but there are a lot of games that during any one season get lost in the shaft. Like, for any release date or any season or anything else like that. What is getting dark? Why are they so tough? Okay. Don't get it, but fuck off.
Let's work together.
Are they paralyzing themselves too? So the reason I create these is, again, I do have a lot of fun with these games. Now, this is not a prime example of a game that I necessarily love, because I have dropped this in the past for other games. Right now I'm just sort of waiting on the next thing to hit. So I'm trying to finish this playthrough, because I'd already started it, and it's like, alright, it's not a bad game, I've still got some achievements I need to get. And I wanted to see what Refrain mode would bring to the table. right? So I've already got that.
Major threat detected. This one's tough. Look. Got it.
Don't underestimate that.
Why? No. All right. Damn, that E3 did a lot. All right, there we go. Shit. Why do I get the super dragon?
That's dangerous. This should help.
Okay, she did get recovery from that. That's fine. I was looking at her MP recovery. I'm like, did she get it? She did. Let's do that.
This one's tough.
All right, let's fight this idiot.
Dragon, give me power.
But so, I like to do obscure games. I like to do titles that aren't necessarily well known. I like to do games that I personally find are undervalued. And again, don't get me wrong, I do like Shining Resonance. It's a good game. It's a Sega title, but it is not the best game. And when I came into this, I got a little blown away by the advertising because I thought it was going to be like Shining Force. And it's not really, because Shining Force is more like a classic RPG. But so, at this point, since I've played through it one time already, I'm starting to realize the limitations of this game, even though it was released in the game in 2014. Because Shining Resonance Refrain already came out earlier. This is basically a redone version with the extra features, all that sort of stuff, that I don't know if it ever came out in the US, but this version has. So, this is its first time in the US.
We won't lose.
But that's what makes it more obscure, because you don't see a lot of people streaming it. You don't see a lot of people putting videos out for it. You don't see a lot of people doing anything with it. And there are plenty of games that I have on my shelf that meet this criteria, but currently I just haven't bought the capture cards. And now capture cards are fairly cheap, and I was looking online the other day. The problem is I don't really want to invest in something and then, find out that it's not up to snuff from what I'm actually looking for. Okay. Yeah.
Saves us the trouble.
I don't think I need charcoal. Why does everything out here have an electric property? Why? But so I like obscure titles. I like playing those games. I like having rare games. I literally have a title, a game on my shelf, that if you try to buy this game, it is out of print. They don't make it anymore. And having it is literally thousands of dollars in package. Now, obviously, mine is not in package. I have played the game, all that sort of stuff. I don't have an extra copy. But, in package? Oh my god, if I kept that, holy shit, I'd be rich. Well, barely rich compared to, like, lower income. But that's basically what I am. I am lower income. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm better than most, but I'm still lower income. But yeah, that's another thing. It's like, if you're an advertiser, I'm going to go back to that just for a second. If you're an advertiser and you see just a young, upcoming, you know, streamer or gamer or YouTuber or anything else like that, like, I'm not going to say we're going to whore ourselves out, but I am going to say, if you start helping us, we're going to start helping you. That's really the honest truth. It's like, as long as we believe in your product as much as you do, we're going to support you as long as you throw a little bit of the asset our way. Again, like, major content creators, I get it. You want to get those guys, you want to get that big follower, viewership, money, all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to tell you, once you get past the $1 million or million viewer threshold, you're not going to find a lot of those. You're just going to end up having to deal with what you got. So you got to get them when they're at lower viewer counts or anything else like that. Promote them up. A good example of that is Red Bull. Like, Red Bull literally has a team dedicated to just gaming. Like, I was watching Grand Pooh Bear the other day, and if you don't know who that is, that's fine. But he's one of the largest fucking speedrunners of Mario on the platform. And again, he's not big by any means for popularity's sake. Like, he's not in millions of viewers, millions of followers, millions of subscribers. But he makes a living doing what he does. He is a well, he is a YouTuber as well. He's a big YouTuber, big Twitch streamer, big speedrunner in the community. And he's done a lot of good work. And he's very popular. For those reasons. And you know who's capitalizing on that? Fucking Red Bull.
Look! Target confirmed.
And again, it's like, oh yeah, energy drink. Makes sense, blah, 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 blah. It's not the deal. The deal is they're making sales. They're making revenue because they understand the utility of having these people involved in that community. You know, they're going to promote everything they do. They will drink the product on stream and promote it to the thousands or hundreds of viewers that are there at the current time who would otherwise not think about it. Let me tell you, let me tell you what that's good for. That's good for sales. That is just good fucking business. That is good business practices. Oh, there's the frog.
Saves us the trouble.
It's baffling how much lost money and value there is because of something stupid like that. Let's see what that does. I'm actually curious, because Million Strikes isn't elementally charged, but let's see what happens here. Oh my fucking lord! I mean, I wouldn't use it as just a regular sequence, but that does a lot of area effect damage. Luckily, my stream is still going. Good thing I checked, because yesterday I quit after about an hour, and I was just like, And basically, if you don't really understand what I'm doing today, let me explain that now that it's been an hour. I'm basically farming for the bigger side quests, the ones that involve, you know, rare items or anything like that. I'm not doing any, like, really minor sub-objectives. So, there are some that I can ignore and others that I won't ignore. For example, like, there are mid-tier ones like the ones for the high ether. But, if I don't get it naturally, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Oh, he was literally the only one left. Alright.
Physical boost confirmed.
Good level. Crash Bomb leveled up. Good. Good. Alright, everybody's up to the proper level. Yep. 43. Alright, good. I haven't gotten a single vitalizing fluid from these idiots yet.
Be careful, everyone.
It's level 55? Really? Wait a minute, did you block the current? Oh, they're lightning based. Right. My weapons are somewhat weaker because I switched them over to their less than viable versions. So when these tunings rank up, they get better attack stats and magic stats and defense stats. Damn, it was close for that one. Drake scales, though. It's not a good trade for that. So that one I got. Precise counter I don't know if I care about too much, but it's just one of those things I grabbed while I was here. Parfait, don't care. Vitalizing fluid, though. That's the fucking one. I haven't gotten a single drop from that. And I have to go back into the fucking woods to get Empty Mind, because I think that's a good one. So I've got to wait for that fucking giant to come back, or until I go back into the cave. So it looks like the rest of the ones I'm actually worried about. I'll have to check on the Goblin Bandits. I don't know where that's going to be, but it should be in the crags somewhere. Are going to be in the snow. Yep, okay. So those are the big ones. I want to get that vitalizing fluid, though. So I've got to hunt those Octos.
I shall fight.
I don't understand the monster leveling. I really don't. It's like, for whatever reason, once I hit a certain threshold, they're always 10 times higher, or 10 levels higher than I am. And it might have to just do with the chapter number, but I really don't know. Because they didn't used to be this tough. Look at how much damage they're fucking doing. Like,
That's all. Enemy approaching. Are you okay?
damn, big damage.
I can do fire. I'm feeling it. Get ready. Here they come.
That's a lot of damage. And I should still keep talking. Anyway. I get into the personal stuff, but, you know, no one's really asked. And again, I don't like to share information, you know, that nobody's asked or anything else like that, or anything. But, on an average day for me, I'll describe it in relative terms so nobody gets confused. I do have, you know, a hard time getting through any day,
You may be in trouble.
as far as mentally health-wise. Not I have bad mental health or anything like that. I'm probably more normal in that case. Like, I'm not at the extreme where I have social anxiety or anything else like that. I work professionally for a company, so, you know, it's just one of those things. But I've never been unable to do my work for any day. But I'm in one of those situations where I feel undervalued. Not in my company, personal life as well, but I feel just, I don't know. I feel like I'm not given enough credit where credit is due, or that I'm being taken advantage of. And again, it's probably not the case, but it's one of those things where it feels like it's something where, you know, just, I try to make as much sense of the world as I can. I try to think logically. I try to look at the positive side of things more often than the negative. And yet there are still moments where I don't understand certain interactions with other people. And again, that could be me. That could just be me. And I'm fine with that just being me. But at the same time, it's very, I don't want to say lonely, because, again, I'm not alone. I feel lonely from time to time, but again, that's not say I'm depressed or anything else like that. I do feel like I have
You
depression.
may be in trouble. Look!
And again, it's hard to describe because I don't want to make fun of mental health or anything else like that. Because obviously that's not a good thing to do. But I don't want to make light of other people who actually have that disease and have been diagnosed.
That one was tough.
I guess that's what I want to say. So, I haven't been diagnosed by anybody. I have gone to therapists in the past. In fact, I've gone to a couple in the past couple of years. But, there's a problem with therapy. And, I don't know how many people have come across this. Because there are people who take therapy very seriously. And that's fine. Like, if they like their therapist, that's all good. But a commonality I seem to find with therapists that either I talk to or get involved with, and again, it's been multiple at this point, is that they're either dumber than I expect them to be generous,
I'll treat your wound.
or they mistake what I say for something else, or they try to make a mountain out of a molehill, I guess is the answer here. And I'm not saying that they're making a mountain out of a molehill out of, you know, my condition. Like, I don't have a condition or anything else like that. Again, like I said, I've not been diagnosed with anything by anybody professionally. But, I guess I don't personally respect somebody to psychologically analyze me
You may be in trouble.
that I don't feel has a full understanding of what I've been through. And again, I try to explain it as best I can, but it's one of those weird things where
I'll break you down.
I don't think I could describe the depth of my feelings to that person.
I'll break you down.
Like, I have things I can relate to. I have things that I understand. But, I feel like... I'll use an example. So, let's just call a normal family gathering. Let's say, the family wants to go to a movie, right? I don't necessarily care what movie we go to. It could be anything, and it's usually whatever the majority wants to see. And it's like, we'll call it generic action movie. I'm gonna call it,
Are you okay?
we'll call it Die Hard 87, just because. It doesn't really exist, and if it does in the future, I'm sorry. But Die Hard 87, right? And at the same time, there may be a special one-time event that's available, be it anime or anything else like that. So we'll say Dragon Ball Z Broly, the movie. Dragon Ball Super Broly. That went out in the theater. Let's say that happened. There would be nobody. There would actually be nobody in my family or close to me or even as a friend, personally, that I could go see that film with. At all. Just, it wouldn't exist. Not in my personal life. Just wouldn't happen. And again, is that a common thing? Probably. But let's just say that relates to more than just that. So, obviously, I'm a gamer. I like gaming, all that sort of stuff. My brothers, they're pretty good at picking games, and they do enjoy their games as well. And I've played with one of my brothers in the past, but that is a rare occasion. And again, we don't share the same taste, and that's fine as far as multiplayer games or anything else like that. But anybody who is like close to me physically or is involved in my life, I will play. And again, I have a family that loves board games, right? They absolutely adore board games. And we'll play whatever board game on the planet, doesn't matter what it is, new, old, could be anything. But the second I bring up video gaming, everybody goes dead silent.
Get ready.
Because they can't relate, they don't try to relate, they don't want to be involved in it. And that's fine, I get that. But at the same time, it's sort of one of those things where it's disheartening, I guess. Like, nobody tries to get involved. Absolutely nobody. And again, I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying, if I go to the trouble of going out there and enjoying family time or anything else like that,
Major threat detected. Enemy approaching.
why does nobody take the time or the energy to understand the things that I enjoy? You know? Why does nobody take the effort to, I don't know, I guess try to understand? I guess that's the best way to describe it. And again, it's that feeling that nobody tries to understand. Like, I can think of one individual who is not a gamer, doesn't get involved in anything like that, but they've actually listened to me and taken my opinion at value. Again, there was one in the past, but I'm not going to get into that discussion today because that's a painful subject for me. I'm just going to say that now.
Here they come.
But it's one of those things where, you know, if I put in the energy and I invest my time in your thing, right? I would hope that you'd at least spend a little bit of it to try and understand me and try and understand what I'm trying to do. And again, I could always go to conventions or cons or anything else like that, but that goes into the money thing of, like, I don't really have that money or that time to invest, and I have to work a 40-hour week. And luckily, I only have to work a 40-hour week right now, because the alternative is I have to get a second part-time job on top of a 40-hour week. And I'd be earning less money at the part-time job, obviously, and it would just be like, so I could earn the revenue to, like, own my own apartment or anything else like that, which, again, I used to be able to do back when housing was cheaper. Again, I won't go into details. I could technically own my own apartment, but cost efficiency-wise, it doesn't make sense to me right now. Especially just because there's not really a good place to go right now. Especially when rent per month would be $1,000, like, easy. It's like $1,000 a month is not something I'm willing to invest. Just because I feel like that money could be better utilized elsewhere. And again, there are reasons for that as well, but I won't go into that discussion today. But it's just those small things. It's just those small moments that I think about, and I sort of criticize myself for, like, am I the odd one? Or is it unfair to even mention it, you know? Is it unfair for me to bring it up and point it out?
Get ready. Here they come.
Like, I can enjoy a football game with everybody else. It doesn't matter.
Here they come.
But the second I try to, like, share my joys or anything else like that, it's like, oh, well, fuck that idea. And that's what I mean. It's like, I don't necessarily like watching football, but I can still understand the game. I still know how the rules work, and I can get why people get hyped about it. But I don't share that same tenacity for the game that those people do. And that goes for most sports, like baseball or anything else like that. It's like, I get it. I get that you want your team to win. I get that you enjoy watching it, all that sort of stuff, but I don't personally have any investment in it. And again, it's the same deal with gaming. It's like, you don't have to be personally invested in the things that I do, but I at least want you to understand. I at least want you to, like, analyze and understand what's going on in the community and be like, alright, you know what? That makes sense. Like, I understand why people get pissed off about a call or anything else that might be bad or anything else like that. I understand the rules of the game. I understand, you know, the rules of,
That's all.
Next.
you know, any other game out there.
The enemy is approaching.
Any other, you know, God, how do I want to describe it? I understand the rules for almost every other aspect of a, I'm going to call it normal life, right? It's like, I get that. And then this is just sort of my little add-on for myself. You know, this is my own thing. This is what I do. This is the content I create. And again, if I could do this professionally, and if I could do this for a living, that would be great. That would be amazing. And then I could, you know, hire a team and hire an editor and, you know, get emotes and make revenue and all that sort of stuff. And that would be amazing. That would be fan-tucking-fastic. And again, right now, the only real investment is I need is time from somebody else, right?
A worthy foe.
And it's like, I have a big family. I have a large family group compared to, like, most people. Yes. I have chest... Oh my god. They're literally talking about her chest getting bigger, and it's hilarious. It's like, I have chest pains after I shoot my bow. Yep, we get it. The joke's there. Alright, anyway.
Come.
You know, I just want that.
Here they come.
I want somebody to, like, give me half of a measure of what I give. You know? And again, I guess that's asking too much. Because to this day, I still haven't figured it out. To this day. Like,
Look.
30 years on this planet, and I still don't get it.
Get ready. Here they come.
And it's a little disheartening. And I feel like we're coming into that generation where the older generation gets it.
A worthy foe.
Where, oh my god. Nope, bye Manticore. So, like, for example, I am a parent now. I am a parent. if my son were to be involved in the gaming community or became a personality or became whatever, doesn't matter. He could be doing anything. I would still be invested in what he was doing as my child. And again, it doesn't even matter if it's my child per se, because I have, nephews and nieces and all that sort of stuff. And I try to keep a good eye on everybody else there as well. Like, I'm not actively involved in their lives, obviously, but I would try to, understand, okay, hey, that's cool. I get what you're doing.
Get ready. Here
All
they
that
come.
sort of stuff. Putting that investment in. That time and understanding, because that alone is honestly enough. And again, I'm talking about, like, unimportant things, really. I'm talking about the most unimportant bullshit. Jesus, one shot.
Restorative measures.
My thanks.
I can do that. Let's go with this plan. I got your back. This is nothing for us. Here I go. Here it comes. I have to heal you. I won't forget this. Here it comes. Restorative measures.
My thanks.
Come on, Leslie, get the healing going. Strangely enough, they don't seem to be doing a lot to Sonya. Or she's got a defense buff that I'm not sure of. Alright, there we go.
We're doing great.
What was that just now? Okay, so here's... I'm not going to call anybody out, but there's another example. So, whenever an IT problem comes up, nice and squishy.
A worthy foe.
Stay focused.
Alright, there we go. But so, anyway, back to what I was saying. So, anytime an IT-related problem comes up, I'm always the one who basically either fixes it or whatever. And again, because it's family or friends or anything else like that, I don't charge a fee. Now, that is a bad precedent to set. I'm going to tell you that now. But at this point, it's one of those things where I just do it, and it's usually not a big deal unless it's a big process. But even when it is, it's like, all right, fine. I've got in-family credit, basically.
He's dead.
So, I can utilize that credit just about any time. Be like, oh yeah, he's so nice. He does such good work. And it's like, yeah, that's great. It's not getting me paid, but you know, fine, whatever. And again, I know how that sounds. It's like, oh, well, you should just be grateful for, you know, them doing all that. And it's like, that's fine and all, but again, it's a lot of time and investment, all that sort of stuff, depending on the work that you want me to do. And they don't fully understand technology. They just think, oh yeah, it's going to be a quick, simple fix. And it's never the case. It's the same argument as, you know, I'm going to use the old elementary school gamer logic of mom trying to say, oh, pause the game. It's like, no, you don't understand. We're in an online match that cannot be paused with like 50 other people.
Let's work together. Let's go with
It's like the game cannot be paused. It's not a thing that happens.
Let's go,
A
everyone.
lot of goblins here.
Our hearts beat as one. I'm stronger with my friends.
What the killing these things?
Take this!
Don't forget me. I'll protect you. Let's do this. I have to heal you. This should help.
Trying to focus on which one I can get. I don't know. I don't know if that thing's summoning more or what the deal is.
Don't forget me. I'll protect you. I'll break you down.
Careless.
Restorative measures. I'm feeling it.
My thanks.
I'm feeling it.
I am so the only one that can take the beating.
Take this! Wounds must be healed.
Nope, not Spirit Tonic. Thanks, though. There we go.
I thought I was done for. Let's do it. Eliminated. We have to heal.
Next.
Let's do this. We have to heal somewhere. Let's do it.
Takes priority. Takes priority.
Ow. This is a shit show.
Let's do this.
Treatment takes priority.
Thanks. Here it comes.
Treatment takes priority.
I thought I was done for.
Treatment takes priority.
We have to
I am in
heal.
your debt.
Oh, come on. I may have to just lose this fight. Because I'm not doing enough damage. And these are some high-level enemies.
I'll show you my power. You cannot escape.
Yep, that's fine. Alright, hang on. Wasn't doing near enough damage there, and I needed to swap out Sonya anyway, so Yuma's a good swapping.
Lord, grant me more power.
This is it! I will lead.
There we go.
This is the sound of the soul.
Oh, she did gravity release on me. That's nice. That is a nice ability.
We can do it together. Fall.
Problem is, I don't know where the boss is here. I'm just looking around. I'm like, I don't see him.
I will lead. Dragon, follow me.
Oh, nailed it.
Physical boost confirmed.
Got a lot of goblins though.
Come.
All right.
Ooh, nice. Got a couple of Emperor Cactuses. That was not a bad drop. Alright. Agnum. Okay, now we're back to this team dynamic, which isn't great, but hey, it works. It's also 9 o'clock. Which is fine.
Yes.
There is another streamer I like to follow. His name is Shadow Temple. So, you know,
We've been spotted.
if you want to check him out,
We've been
it's pretty
spotted.
cool. I like his content.
We've
He
been
does good
spotted.
stuff.
Yes.
Don't let up. I'll handle
This is it.
this. As you like.
It's over.
The enemy is approaching.
All right.
Stand firm.
Get in the way. Take this. Good thing I'm here.
Must be healed.
All right. Stay away from the dragon.
Like that. Take this.
Oh. Well, I got a Drake scale. That was kind of what I wanted. He does have aura. Did I get that recently? That's the thing. No, I think I still like him having high heal, just in case.
We've been spotted.
Have to go back in a sandstorm, tree seedling. Also in a sandstorm. I guess I could go to that ruin, but I think I'll end up in trouble. Because I am gonna... If it plays out the same as last time, I'm going to lose Sonya for a number of time, or amount of time. Which I'm not looking forward to. But I like Sonya.
I expected as much.
Anyway.
All right.
So again, a lot of today is going to be complaining, and that's okay. That's not a bad thing.
All right.
Again, I'm just getting those thoughts out there just because there are other things I could go on to, but it's fine. It's cold, so cold. I knew it was going to be cold here. You would do something. What? Me? What could I do? It's obvious. Two people are freezing on a snowy mountain. They must warm each other by cuddling naked. Take off your clothes. Huh? What? I can't. You can. Be a man. Man up! Haha, you fooled me. Oh. I was going to warm you up. Ah, terrible trait. Alright, anyway. Now I've got to clear that out of the queue. Get out of here!
I'm bored.
Huh? Lislot, Alfreda, Fernando, what are you guys doing here? Aren't you usually at the camp up ahead? Hey Yuma, if you're thinking about going up to camp, be careful, there's trouble brewing there. Trouble? Like a monster? Yes, it's lurking around the camp, so 3 of us relocated here. Be careful, we're quite powerful now. Thanks, Fernando.
Welcome.
Why the fuck is Fernando ever with these groups anyway?
Take your pick.
Still not done with
Have a
any of
nice
these,
day.
that's fine.
Oh, hello there.
Wait,
Welcome. Take
it's a
your
new
pick.
chapter. Do you have anything new? Cut. I mean, that's just a generic cut and damage, which is fine. But I don't ever think that ever comes into play. Guts! The unions are pretty good. The problem is you've got to have multiples with the same ones. And the grooves are pretty good.
Have a nice day. Bye.
We've been spotted.
I find such beauty in snowfall.
All right.
Seem to be fine.
Yes.
This isn't good. What is it, brother? The snow is quite soft around here. There's a risk of an avalanche. Better be careful then. Let's be as quiet as possible. Good idea. Here, come on. Fuck. That sound. A monster! Must be what Fernando was talking about. At a time like that! I don't have a choice. Let's take it down as fast as we can. Bought an assault snatcher, am I wrong? Yeah, you are weak to fire. That was pretty easy, not gonna lie. No item drop? You son of a bitch.
What was that? Monsters? If they're still around.
No. Everyone, move now!
No, don't tell me.
Yes, it's an avalanche. Now move!
The snow!
We're too late!
Ah!
It's weird, but it looks like my TV shaking. Like, that effect is really good. I don't know what it is, but it literally looked like my TV was shaking. And I'm not in an earthquake, and nothing else around me is moving, so it's
Hey,
nothing like that. It's just really weird.
Wake up.
Fuck. Why Sonya?
Wake
Every time.
up already. I got stuff I need to do. Stuff like not dealing with your frozen corpse. You're alive. Good.
Zest! Why are you? What have you done with the others? Where are they?
What, like I know? Calm down. The Shining Wonder Kid is here at least.
Yuma!
Nuh-uh. You stay right there.
What are you gonna do to him?
Let's see. From this position, the easy thing would be to break his twiggy little neck. You wanna watch?
Stop! Let go of him!
Yeah. Nah. We are gonna talk terms before I do that. I don't want to see the Shining Dragon go out like this either, you know? Be an awful shame.
Fine. What do you want?
Just follow me. That's all.
What?
Good
Hey,
terms.
you don't have to. If you don't, you get to listen to him scream. So, what's it gonna be? Either the Shining Dragon says goodnight here and now, or you and I go on a little stroll.
I'll do as you say.
Atta girl. Oh yeah, what's your name?
Bridget.
My name? I thought you... why do you ask?
Just tell me. I need to know.
I'm Sonya, Crown Princess of Astoria, Sonya Blanche.
Ugh, no, stop, shut up. I don't care about any of that. All I need is your name. Now let's go.
Wait, what about Yuma?
Leave him. What are you standing there for? Let's move.
She woke up rather quickly.
Yuma! Hey, Yuma! Come on, buddy, wake up!
Is he hurt? He's awake.
You guys, I'm glad you're all okay.
We're fine, but Sonia's still missing.
What? Don't tell me she got swept up in that.
Not likely. I don't think so anyway. She was just here.
Huh? How can you tell?
Footprints. Probably a young woman's about her size. Unless the snow's warped them.
There can't be that many people just traipsing around the mountains like that. They've got to be Sonia's.
Thank goodness. She's all right.
Well, I wouldn't celebrate just yet. Take a look at these.
More prints. The shape of the soul is different too. Male?
Think so. Whoever they belong to, they're not Sonia's. See here? The steps follow parallel to hers.
Did someone come to her rescue?
They go up the mountainside.
Unlikely.
But the only thing up there is the enemy fortress. Don't tell me.
Oh-ho! A moment, everyone. Someone's left a letter over here.
A letter? Is it from Sonia?
What does it say?
I have Sonia. I'm going to make her my lover. Zest. No.
What is he up to?
We have to go and save her.
It's such a stupid way to do that.
If she really is with Zest, he's likely taken her to the enemy base at Ulvenstein Keep.
Then it all works out. We can smash Zest's face in, save Sonia, and take those dragon souls back in one go.
We won't know about the souls until we arrive, but save that for later. Sonia. We have to help Sonia.
Ulvenstein Keep is this way. Come on, I know a shortcut through the Logos ruins.
Why would I give her that trait? Ever. Alright, so we're just gonna double check, but if I look at the party, she's not here. Sonia was taken out of the equation. Anyway, I'm gonna pause it there. Next time we save Sonia. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I will see everybody next time. This has been Reaper 102388. If you found this enlightening in any way, let me know. And we can discuss more. If you want to ask questions, feel free to follow me on Twitch, and you can ask in chat or comment on my YouTube channel, and we'll be good to go. Alright. Thank you all for being here. I will see you all next time. Bye.